Okay, we've got a short Ask Us Anything. I'm really sorry. It's been several months since we have done one of these, and I promise you that we will be having them more frequently during 2022. So this is the first, and we'll run them every 2 months this year, and we'll set a schedule so that we are fixed and we cannot avoid the Ask Us Anything. We've got a quick quick but extremely interesting presentation from colleagues here at IEO from from Anish Pradhan and Gonzalo Gomez on our new IEDA search facility, AI search facility. Well, I'll let them introduce it, and then a brief introduction to the QA scores for the year, and then we will open up for questions as we always do. So please, if you have questions throughout, remember, please use the chat or raise your hand. It's much better to have obviously people on camera asking the questions directly. But without further ado, I'll hand over to Anish, and he can present the new IEDA. Well, I'll let Anish introduce it.
Hi, colleagues. I would like Gonzalo to start the presentation, and then I'll follow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anish. Thank you, Richard. Welcome, colleagues. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are at this moment. We will shortly introduce you to AIDA. Anish, if you can please share the screen with the PowerPoint presentation. It's a short PowerPoint presentation and then followed by a live demonstration of what we did. AIDA stands for Artificial Intelligence for Development Analysis or Analytics. What we did is we needed a tool that helps on getting information from our existing system. If you can go to the next slide, please. So this platform automates extraction of evaluative evidence that we have in the system and allow us to draw and to extract lessons from past evaluations. So what we did is we created a platform where it's like a traditional search engine where you can go and use keywords to search in our database. If you can go to the next slide, please, Anish. So as you all know, we have the Evaluation Resources Center where you upload your evaluations, where we upload our evaluations, the centralized and decentralized evaluations. So each country office uploads there. We track the management response. And oh, Maggie, yes, we are recording the presentation. So what we had is every single evaluation that is uploaded in the system, we have it there. But the problem was the search in the ERC was not powerful enough to go through inside each document of the evaluation and to get the information from there. So as you can see in this chart, we have an open database with more than 5,000 reports since 2002. And every year we have between 300 and 400 new evaluation reports that are reports that you contribute with the decentralized evaluations and the ICPs or thematic and corporate evaluations that we conduct from IEO as a central unit. So what was the problem? That in order to get, for example, insights or lessons, we had to go to the reports one by one and to manually do this work. So which is basically something critical for us. The main challenge is how you process 5,000 or 2,000 or 1,000 evaluation reports if you want to know where UNDP is doing things right and what are the main lessons we have, or where UNDP is failing as a whole, right? And it was so time-consuming to do this that we were hiring consultants to go over the reports. The reports are different in nature because some are in PDF, some are in Word, So we had a big challenge in terms of a technical solution that can allow us to upload these documents to a database where we can do the analysis from the database. And we had to open each evaluation, and we did this through this automatic process with a machine that is learning and absorbing the documents that we have. The next slide, please, Anish. So this is the AIDA solution overview, and I will ask Anish to go through the technical details and share with you how we approach the solution to move from the ERC, where we have the database with the evaluation reports, to a search engine where we can actually go inside each report and search by labels and other aspects that we can have. Anish, please.
Hi, colleagues. I'm just going to walk you through what we did. So in ERC, as you know, we have more than 5,000 reports, and it does allow you to do some level of search, but it only gives you the list of report, and it's all up to us to download and open them. So we then got together with UNDP ITM to develop a machine learning model. So where we are now establishing a data pipeline that sends all the evaluation reports from ERC to this new AI platform, and it's based on Amazon AWS. And then to train this model, we hired a group of RAs, research assistant in our office. So we use close to 500 reports to train this model on various UNDP thematic topics, right? So there is a training data set that was developed, and that training data set was then used to train the AI model. So AI model took those training data set, developed its own learning, and then used it to extract and label next 4,500 evaluation. And these extracted label data are now available through AIDA search engine interface for us to search. So whatever you see on the AIDA search portal are actually machine extracted and labeled. And so next. So this AIDA we have developed into two phases. The one we have just released is phase one. Phase one is basically trying to extract and label the data from evaluation. But now we are moving towards phase two, as we have released phase one. In phase two, we want to now see if we can bring in other data, secondary data, indicator data, UNDP data, and then see how we can develop a relation between evaluation evidence from ERC coming out of those current machine learning model, and see if we can generate some insights and lessons. So that's going to be our next effort. So just to give you a brief demo of this AIDA, I probably have to share my screen one more time. So this is the AIDA interface, and we have sent out a global message, so you should have received that message. And this AIDA is also available through our ERC. There's a little icon in ERC, and in our public website, you can access AIDA. So if you look at it, just a plain Google-like search engine where you can just type, I'm just gonna type, let's see, UNDP COVID-19 response. So what it does is now it goes inside and then extracts the paragraphs from evaluation reports that it finds as relevant to our search. And these are all machine labeled, right? Machine extracted data. So on the side, you will find option for us to do further and further refinements. If I choose like a region here, then it gives me only the paragraph based on what I have selected here, right? And it allows you to provide your feedback. You can say, I don't like this extraction. You can give it a thumbs down. or if you like it, you can give it a thumbs up, right? And then there is an option for you also to export these extraction into Excel if you want to do further analysis. You can also, if you go to export all, it will give you option to select. If I want this one, but I don't want this one, I want this one. And you can, it allows you to paginate through the IDA search output. At the end, there is a pagination. You can select, you want to see 100, 200, 50 or 20 output, and you can go through them and extract them. And the other option is you can use the filter on the side as I've showed you, right? And at the top, there is also an option available for us to choose whether you want to look at only findings, conclusions, or recommendation and apply. If you just want to see only findings, you apply. And what it does, it gives you list of findings which will be labeled at the top, but the content sometime might be a recommendation because it's all a machine's selection, right? So at that time, we would like our evaluation colleagues or whoever is searching to provide your feedback by giving thumbs up or thumbs down, right? And one of the challenges that we faced while going through this exercise is how to extract paragraphs from PDF, right? And extraction from a Word document were a little bit better than when we were tackling PDF. So we are now trying to see if we can request our evaluation colleagues to also upload Word version of report in ERC. Obviously, those report has to be the final report without any track changes, and that should support this machine learning effort. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Gonzalo and Anish. So, any questions? I've put the link in there for AIDA in the chat, and obviously everybody got the email last week when we launched on Thursday. Please, Maidi, do you want to go ahead?
Yes, thank you. This is Majdi Abdelaziz from representing the RBM team in UNV. I have a question regarding this tool. So my understanding, it's a search engine tool specified in the UN report. So correct me if I'm wrong. And does this mean that this tool we can find and extract specific data, but this data is only on the reports. So if I'm looking for a keyword, so I will find it in the report of the UN. And is the data is extracted editable, or will be just like I'm taking a snapshot, or it will be edited? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you for your question. Yes, actually, the database covers only UNDP, and what UNDP does in terms of covering all the purview that IEO has, right, is UNDP IEO. We cover other funds and other things as well. So it's not for the whole UN. And the AIDA platform only extracts findings, conclusions, and recommendations from the evaluation reports. So all we are showing you is a finding, a conclusion, or a recommendation when you search. But then when you select one, you can click in the finding, conclusion, or recommendation, and it will take you to the full report where you can see the actual report, right? And you can go deep into it. Now, that is, as Anish explained, phase one. In phase two, we will combine with external and internal data, so you can build on the different lessons, because then you can pinpoint with, for example, the Human Development Report. You can use the World Bank data or World Bank indicators or other indicators that we want to bring to the system. And then we will work on drawing lessons from the system, and the machine will suggest you the different lessons. So the beauty of this is, as Anish explained, the labeling that you see when Anish was showing the search, you have several labels under each finding, each recommendation and conclusion. Those labels initially were manually entered by human interface, right? Then the machine learned on how to deal with each evaluation report and label automatically. That's what we call the machine learning and the machine learning process. So this that's why when you, for example, are searching and you use the thumbs up or thumbs down, you are providing more information and feedback to the machine, so the machine gets more accurate results in the future. But the data is initially UNDP, going back to your question. Thank you.
And that question regarding to the, is it editable or just take like a copy paste can I take? And how accurate is the machine? Thank you, right now.
Yeah, the machine has a good level of confidence in terms of what we were testing. And it will become better with the feedback that we provide as users. Any user will be providing feedback, it will be better. And then with the feedback and certain adjustments that we are going to do to the PDFs, as Anish was saying, we will retrain the machine. So basically we will teach the machine again to be better, right? At this moment, when you extract the results, as Anish was showing in Excel, you can edit that because it's text that is coming for you. But if you download the report, it's taking you to the ERC because our main source is the ERC. So if in ERC the report is in PDF, well, you can do copy paste, but not edit the report. But if it is in Word, then you can save a copy and you can edit the report. Okay, thank you. Shaila, please.
Yeah, no, first of all, very exciting tool, as one of the participants says. I think this would definitely help in showcasing, the good results which would come from the evaluation. And we believe that it will also contribute to make better evaluation reports because it's going to be thumbs up and thumbs down would really enable to see that what are the areas that one can improve on. Now, my question is with regard to the thumbs up and thumbs down, what are we saying that we are, which means that encouraging everyone actually to use this so that the more thumbs up and thumbs down would actually enable the machine to even function in a better way. If that's the case, then I think that is there any plan to really, for the country offices in particular or in the region, for wider user? Because right now we know that ERC, it's a limited users that we have. So is it going to be expanded from that point of view so that at least, people and everybody can really look into it? Because in any case, it's going to be extremely useful when the country offices, they prepare their CPDs or, prepare for their next evaluation, they can excerpt. But it is also true that from that perspective, a wider user, are you thinking of having a wider user on ERC? Because right now, Anish knows that it's limited number of people who are accepted to use the ERC. Over.
Thank you, Shaila. Anish, if you want to respond part of the question, I can take the other part.
Yeah. So ERC is a public database, right? Anyone can use it. Only limitation is who can upload and edit the plan. So that's the limitation. Whereas on IDA, it is only extracting data reports from ERC and applying the machine learning and then presenting it for search. So it's available for wider public. Anyone can go to IEO website and search within IDA and provide thumbs up and thumbs down. By providing thumbs up and thumbs down, we are not making a judgment on the report, but it's a judgment on the quality of the machine's extraction. So if you search for digital innovation, and if the machine gives you something that's not relevant, we want people to say, no, this is not what I'm searching. So that feedback will be to the AI model. So as we get more feedback from hundreds of thousands of people, the deep learning model that is within AIDA will improve and give you better result. So it's not on thumbs up, thumbs down to the program, but to the quality of extraction. Thank you.
Yes, if I can add something, Shaila, you are absolutely right, because this will not only allow a country office to better prepare for an evaluation or to develop a country program. Perhaps I can tell you something about my own experience. I've been working for UNDP for the last 24 years. I started in a country office, and I've been program officer, and then M&E focal point, just as many of you. So one of the challenges we have is when you are formulating a new project, not even the program, right? Where do I get lessons learned, or what the do's and don'ts, right? So you start calling your colleagues, you write emails, you go to Yammer or different places. But here you have evidence that comes from evaluations, which is not the same as any other source, because this means that this information was verified by evaluators. So you have hard evidence here with data. So this is a mine of data for us, where you can go, you can, for your program, for sure, you can formulate, you can extract information for better programming, for better project design. And also, this at country level, at regional level. So that's why we want you to use the tool and to put the thumbs up, thumbs down as much as possible, and alert us of the glitches that you can find, because I'm pretty sure you will find some glitches there. We already found a couple, right? So for the next iteration of training to the machine, we'll make it better. And also your feedback in terms of what other uses you can find for the tool, because we talk, the design was with some use in mind, but maybe we will have more, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gada had a comment there. Thank you for this. Is a great tool and will be very useful to support learning and usability of evaluation. Thanks for the great effort on this. Thank you so much, Gada, for your comment.
Can I ask a question as well?
Yes, please.
Sorry, I didn't know where to raise my hand. I didn't have this option. So I want to check, did you include all the evaluations in the ERC in this machine learning, or can we access all the evaluations? Or did you focus on a certain quality for the evaluations that are included?
Anish, please.
Yeah. So the one that you have right now, Aida, it includes all the evaluations. We did not exclude any based on quality. Everything went into the platform. Only thing that you might not find right now is anything in different that are not English. Those evaluations are in our system, but the model is not yet trained to recognize Spanish or French. So you might not find those extractions, but every other evaluations are there. And we plan to feed this tool every quarter. So we sent everything that was available in ERC as of end of December. Now in end of March, we will be sending another set of evaluation, and those will be made available through AIDA. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions, or we go back to you, Richard?
I'm just looking. I think, you know, I would urge everybody to play with this. I spent some time playing with it on Thursday when it was launched. It's really quite powerful. It can be a little bit overwhelming when you stick in one word and you get 30,000 results coming back. But that's where you know, you need to, just like Google or something else, you need to refine your search. You learn to refine your search. You use the sort features on the side. But it's going to be, I mean, I've already used it for one or two things. It's very powerful. As Gonzalo pointed out, it's very useful for CPD development. It's very useful if you're doing an outcome evaluation. It's very useful if you're developing an outcome. Especially as you can refine the search by region, you can refine the search by country, you can refine the search by even thematic area and topic. So yeah, it's really powerful and is only going to get more and more powerful as we use it. So please, yeah, play with it as much as possible. Okay, if there's no more questions, I just want to, I'll move on to one or two other slides. Please stay, Gonzalo and Anish. I did have one, no, okay. Sorry, I'm pre-coffee at the moment. I need to, I really need to organize myself better. I have a coffee before and not after. So in line with that, I guess everybody can see my screen, okay? Is that, yep. So, I just want to say congratulations to all of you. This year was quite an exceptional year. After COVID of 2020, we saw an increase of 70 plus evaluations in 2021. 352 evaluations were completed. That's about 66% of what was planned. Quite remarkable, actually, during the year. And what was great to see was many of those were completed prior to October, because we normally see a sort of last minute push to upload, but in fact this year it was somewhat the opposite. Because of the high number, we also had one of the highest numbers, one of the highest years where for quality assessment. We normally QA about 170 to 200, and this year we QA quality assessed in excess of 270 evaluations, which is a blessing and a curse, because it meant we had a lot of work to do over the last few months reviewing. And again, congratulations. Every region has increased the quality of its evaluations, and some quite remarkably. So we're about in line with last year, though. I think given that there's so many more evaluations, to keep the quality high is good. If we have a look at the country level, you can see most everywhere has increased. Arab states, GADA, you and your team have done a remarkable job last year. You increased the number of evaluations and increased the quality. RBAP, you again have kept that quality high with higher number of evaluations. Europe is up. Latin America and the Caribbean could do better, but as we can see there, they've reduced the number of unsatisfactory evaluations, which is extremely positive. And global evaluations, well, that speaks for itself. Let's not talk about that. Sorry. So, I mean, that's the QA. I don't know, does anybody have any comments or questions on the QA? Was there anything you did differently that helped you to keep those numbers high?
Well, if I may, of course, we have tried our best, first of all, in completion. For the country offices, we ensured that we never accepted too many date changes and to push all the evaluation towards end. And from the very beginning, in fact, even for 2022, we have started planning everything to upload and finalize in a way in which the plans early on. So we believe that, that has been one of the factors. In terms of QA also, I would say that from the region, we have tried our best to ensure to the best of our ability to see that, this is very much well matches with the criteria starting from the terms of reference and also when the report comes. So yes, it was painstaking when, back and forth with the country offices, but I think in the end, you know, we all, when there's a success, all of us together, it's a pleasant bars that I would say that, you know, we can see. So a lot of coordination and communication was the key. And thanks to IEO colleagues, because we have really got fantastic support in clarifying certain issues or things that has helped. And also, I would say some kind of training, clinics with the country offices that we tried throughout last year has also helped to clarify when it comes to QA and also the rate of completion, and of course, the strictness of that. So all of that all together, I would say with everybody's support, that has really, really contributed a lot. Over.
There you go. No, thank you. I mean, it's we also have been pushing through OPG. There is now a new, each region has a decentralized evaluation strengthening strategy, which I'm sure the regional focal points will be communicating to country officers shortly, which outlines, you know, IEO also has a huge job to do through its regional focal points in supporting broader training. I'd like to remind colleagues to do the the evaluation course on the LMS as well. For M&E focal points, of course, it's mandatory, and I'm sure you'll be getting messages from the region to do that. So yes, congratulations, well done, and let's keep the momentum going for a better year in 2022. So I'd like to just one other reminder and then open up to questions. This is just on the use of the ERC, and this is just a reflection from our own side, because when we do the QA, when we do the quality assessment, obviously we face a few challenges and we see what is being uploaded. So I'd just like to remind everybody to upload their terms of reference, and that should just be a blank one, not with signatures, because we often see the signed terms of reference by the evaluator sometimes with financial data in it. So please, just the initial advertised terms of reference. Please upload the final report and not the draft. We've seen a number of drafts last year. Include all the annexes, because the QA reviewer looks at that, and you know, there's often a rich set of data in the annexes that they want to consider. Please make sure you update your budget and expenditure figures. A reminder that we are looking at disability now as part of the cross-cutting questions in the quality assessment, and there are guidance on what should be included in the terms of reference in the final report. And also, please, as much as possible, include or upload your management responses. Next year, it's likely that we will start to also quality assess or at least review management responses, because we're looking at the quality of use of these evaluations, and how much of the use is in the level to which the management response sets out a realistic plan to address concerns raised in evaluations. So we're going to start to look at that, and the only way to look at that is if it's uploaded. And quite often at the end of the year it is not, but it should be ready by the time the evaluation is uploaded. So please, these are just some points that have come out again from the QA. Please ensure that the final and not draft documents are uploaded, and nothing with sensitive information or financial information or signed or signatures should be uploaded. So that's, yes.
Just a small piece on that, on the final report. As Anish was mentioning, you know, if possible, please upload the final, you know, Word document, so that IDA can easily extract that data from the ERC without any track changes or anything. So finally, all changes accepted type of a document. Thanks. Yeah, back to you.
Certainly, yes, definitely. So thank you, everybody. But now, does anybody have any? It's the Ask Us Anything stage of the Ask Us Anything webinar. So ask us anything you may have to ask us. please. No? Okay. Well then, if that's the case, thank you very much. What I would ask is, we've got, we're going to plan every 2 months now, these Ask Us Anythings, and we'll put them in the calendar, and we'll set like a standard, pardon me, Zoom invite that can cover all of them. Pardon me. Next time round, we will ask some of our colleagues who did IPTET if they would like to present. Please also keep an eye out for, we're going to open up IPTET again. We will be sponsoring some colleagues to take part in IPTET. So keep an eye out for that notification when it goes round. I see one question coming from Juan Pablo. Yes, greetings from Bolivia. When is the best moment to submit the QA of a midterm or final evaluation? Can you, if you don't mind, oh, your microphone is not working. Okay, sorry. So I'm not sure I 100% understand. Once an evaluation is completed, you should upload within 6 weeks of the to the ERC within 6 weeks of the evaluation's completion. Is it 6 weeks or 3 weeks? I'd have to check that. It's in the guidance, but it's between 3 and 6 weeks. Any evaluation should be uploaded. From 2022, we're going to undertake the QA on a quarterly basis. So we'll be doing a batch again in early April. We'll be doing a batch again in July. And then we really start in earnest again in August, September. So there isn't really a best moment to submit. It should be uploaded before the end of the year in which it is planned, and it should be uploaded within 3 to 6 weeks of it being completed. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, Juan Pablo. Okay. Are there any other last minute questions? But if you can upload, really, if your evaluation is completed in February, then it should be uploaded by March. So it gives us plenty of time to do the QA and provide you with feedback. And then we'd run the QA through till, actually, we only just finished it. Mikkel and other colleagues just finished reviewing the reviewers' QA scores. We shut off on the 31st of January and we complete in February. That's so we can take the figures for the annual reports on evaluation and other reports. Okay.
Richard, can I just ask one last question?
Yes, of course.
Yes, thank you very much. I mean, this is just great initiatives, and thank you very much, colleagues, for the presentation on the AIDA. I think it's a very great initiative. Thank you so much. For sure, we'll go to the system and test it, and maybe we'll come back with a number of thumbs up or down, and we'll come back actually with concrete feedback. My question is very much related to the capacity building on the evaluations. I wonder whether there is any training planned in 2022, because I know now with the COVID-19 context and what is going on globally, I know there are numbers of methods and methodologies or guidelines, and all colleagues try to do their best to adapt their methods, to adapt our M&E tools, to adapt our methodologies in terms of conducting successful evaluations. So I wonder whether there will be a capacity building just to build on some lesson learned, or maybe just to update those evaluation officers throughout the globe on those kind of new methods or technology, as well as methodologies related again to the evaluation within this COVID-19 context or crisis or any other specific kind of context. I wonder whether there is a plan. Over to you, Richie.
Well, yes. So as part of the regional decentralized evaluation strengthening strategies, and we need to get a shorter name for those, each of the regions is developing a training plan. So it will be led by the regional bureaus, and we will be, IEO through the regional focal points will be supporting that. but also we're planning to do a number of shorter trainings around different subject matters as well. So there'll be some central training done by by IEO, and then regionally led training. I've seen some. Gada, do you want to talk about your training? Because I saw, and I know it's not finalized, but I know you're thinking about several areas. But of course, this is all going to be demand and need driven as well. You know,
Yes.
Nadia, it's what is it, 2 years since we saw each other plus. I'm hoping maybe we can do something in person as well. Wouldn't that be nice, to do some in-person training at some point? So let's see. But also keep an eye out for the IPTEC training. They have 5 courses online, and they're running an in-person course in July, and we will be sponsoring some colleagues for either or both of those, and that will be launched shortly.
Yes.
Charlotte?
Can I come in, Richard?
Yeah, please do.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Richard. As Richard mentioned, we prepared as part of the evaluation strategy a training action plan, and we identified several trainings based on the 2021 survey that we conducted, and where we asked you about the needs. And we also identified some challenges and gaps during the work of 2021 and the last quarter. And so we prepared a training plan, and we're going to work closely with IEO and BPPS and prepare some webinars to address these needs. And there is some also training specified for countries with the crisis context. We will send you a notification about these trainings very soon, because now we are working on finalizing the plan, and we will share it with you. That's all from my side.
So Shaila and others, thanks, Gada. Our priority in the next sort of month is to work with regional focal points and regional teams to sort of address their training needs individually through the regional IEO regional focal points and the M&E focal points, because we want to tailor this now to the specifics of the region as well, the training, given, you know, different regions have rotated, if you like, M&E focal points at different rates, but also RBAP has different needs, let's say, to West Africa or East Africa or Europe and Arab states. So we want to, as much as possible, tailor that training for the region. We've sent surveys to the M&E focal points to try and identify where the training needs are, where there are sort of overlaps. Let's say, for instance, as Amra has put there, you know, let's say everybody wants to do a training on evaluation use. Well, there's no point having 5 different trainings. We can develop a training centrally that addresses everybody's needs, and either it's rolled out at the regional level or we do a webinar, something like this, to address those training needs. But as soon as in the next month, hopefully we'll have a calendar, either a regionally based calendar or a centrally based calendar, and we can start to develop something. We're also expanding, or we have a plan to expand some of the guidance to more specific guidance, some of it on impact evaluation, some of it on how to address environmental and social impact assessments, and another one on the use, evaluating portfolio evaluations. Obviously, the organization is pushing towards a portfolio approach, so we also want to see how we would evaluate that approach. So all of that will come through during the year. Any other questions? I see a thumb, but no hand. Mikhail has just reminded me that we have obviously very big news as well. As you know, we have the IEO Outstanding Evaluation Awards in April, May. This year, the award ceremony is going to be on the 12th of April. Akim is presenting. There are some 20 plus evaluations currently shortlisted, and there will be 1 or 2 awards presented for outstanding evaluations, gender inclusive evaluations, and innovative evaluations. And those will be announced in March, and the awards will be in April. And you'll receive an email to come. You can dress up. I would expect you to wear your best clothes for the award ceremony and join us on the red carpet in April. But anyway, we'll see you before then, I hope, for an Ask Us Anything. In person, yes, Gada, wouldn't that be wonderful, right? We could make a night of it. Yes, that would be great. Great. If there's no more questions, please have a great week. Stay safe, everybody. And yeah, have a good 2022. It's great to see you all. Please open your cameras so we can actually see you all. Hey, Amra, it's been some time. 3 years, Amra, since Istanbul. That's crazy.
Yes.
Hey, Bibi, how are you? Great. Well, have a good week, everybody. Nadia,
Thank
please
you.
all take care. I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
And please, email us if you have any questions as well.
Thanks.
Take
Bye.
care.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.